Just did it.
And this woman is Middle Spring Chicken. So what I'm saying is, this is.
You are being recorded, so be mindful of that at this moment. Okay.
Because of the advances of what we had, we got rid of polio, we got rid of all the other fun diseases like that. But, however, since treating the disease and not eliminating the disease isn't cost effective anymore, we'll just kind of not look at or find an actual cure. We'll just treat it.
Yeah.
Funny, I was actually talking about that last night.
Yeah.
Anywho, I started because I am recording.
Oh.
Good morning, and thank you for coming to my speech. I'm here to talk to you about the awesome self-help book, Recovering Joy, A Mindful Life After Addiction, written by Kevin Griffin. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the book itself, and then I'm going to focus a little bit more on a specific section of the book, which is the 5 precepts of non-harming behavior. Now, the book in its entirety is taking basic Buddhism fundamental theology and applying it to everyday life based on your different stages within addiction. There's the early stages, the mid stages, and then there's the maintenance stages after that. And so then just applying concepts to help you through that, and then eventually, once you're in the maintaining stage, on how to continue on in your sobriety, but still kind of fulfill the Buddhism philosophy and things of that nature. Okay, so that brings us to the 5 precepts of non-harming behavior. Now, these are 5 precepts that Buddhism or Buddhists in general practice. It is a part of the Buddhism recovery, but Buddhists in general just tend to practice these things. And I am going to stress right now, they're just training precepts. I'm going to stress that point because you're not going to wake up one day and follow them verbatim. It's just not going to happen. It takes practice. It's the same concept of you're not going to wake up one day and suddenly run a marathon. You need to train. So I'm going to run through them real quick, the traditional, what they mean, and then give you a more updated version of what they are. So precept number 1 is I take the training precept to refrain from killing any living being. Now that can mean a variety of different things. One, obviously, you don't kill another person. That's pretty easy to do, but a lot of people take that to mean they don't kill animals, don't kill bugs. A lot of Buddhists are vegetarian. Basically what it is, it's what works best for you. So basically just don't kill things. It's not that hard. And a kind of a guideline I go by is that if it's illegal, don't do it. There's a reason why. And then this lovely image, I think, kind of encapsulates just living beings in general, I think. So I like it. The second precept, I take the training precept to refrain from taking that which is not as is given, which is basically stealing. Okay, number 3, I take the training precept to refrain from sexual misconduct. Now this is one, I think there's a lot of gray areas, because for me personally, what I consider to be sexual misconduct might not be to someone else. There are some people that believe living together before marriage would be considered sexual misconduct. Again, I'm going to just say if it's illegal, there's a reason it's illegal. Don't do it. And then obviously abuse, incest, things like that, you just don't do it. Which is kind of just basic knowledge in my opinion. But there's a lot of wiggle room on that one. Number 4, I take the training precept to refrain from false or harmful speech. Now, this could be applied, especially right now. You see this a lot with politicians. They love to slander and not tell truths and things of that nature. And that's why there aren't many Buddhist politicians. Funny how that works. So this basically is, just don't lie. Be honest with people. From my experience, for the most part, they're usually receptive. Again, this is allowing wiggle room because, there's really no harm in white lies. I'll just use this as an example, even though I think it's a bit dated, the whole, do I look fat in this? You're not going to say, of course you do. You're going to say, maybe, no you don't, but perhaps this might be a better option. So it's things like that, and it's really kind of up to you and what your individual values are. So you would know better than I would. I take the training precept to refrain from the use of intoxicants. Now, again, this is kind of wiggle roomish, but verbatim, it's talking about drugs, alcohol, recreational use. Obviously, prescribed medication is okay. Just something to be aware of, a lot of prescribed medication is overprescribed, and a lot of people do have a tendency to abuse it. So that's something to bear in mind. But I think it's more of don't abuse it. I mean, is a beer or something every now and again going to kill you? No, it's not. Is it going to make you a bad Buddhist? No, it is not. But obviously, in reference to what the self-help book is about, which is about addiction and recovery, obviously you want to steer clear of intoxicants. It's very counterproductive. There's my works cited page. So basically, in conclusion, those are just the 5 precepts of non-harming behavior. I mean, yeah, they apply to addiction, but they kind of just apply to everyday life. And basically, you get a little more enrichment out of your life if you practice these things. Obviously, you're not going to be, the ideal Buddhist. I mean, look at the Dalai Lama. He's still not perfect. I mean, some people may think he is, but he's not. He still has his flaws. But they're just really good ways to live your life and get more fulfillment. So that is my conclusion for my speech. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. You didn't make it sound like there's 50 people here.